Hi, I'm Jen. I make videos about my life and adventures as a Silver and Solo pre-retirement Gen Xer, and I'm also an introvert. And that's what today's video is all about. Things that irritate introverts. Now, if you've ever heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test, I am an INTP, which is what the test calls a logician. I'll leave some links for the test that you can take online for free in the description box below, but I'm not affiliated with the test in any way, so if you don't get the result that you were hoping for, please don't yell at me. The I in INTP stands for introverted. I'm not sure if the test helps or hinders by labeling people by personality types. It's done a pretty good job of describing me. Introverts make up 30 to 50% of the US population, which sounds like a lot, but there are different kinds of introverts. Some, like me, are perfectly happy displaying extroverted behaviors, like socializing and speaking in public, while stereotypical introverts, the shy, unsociable ones, are a little bit more common. As a matter of fact, calling all introverts shy is being kind of lazy. People who feel anxious, afraid, or nervous around other people are more likely to have social anxiety rather than introversion. Introverts just have a smaller tank of social energy and feel drained after social interactions, and they need some time to recharge. The first thing that bothers me the most as an introvert is when people think that I have a problem. And this is a problem that introverts face every day. People really don't understand the concept of an introverted personality. I can't even count the number of times someone has tried to fix or help me become more sociable, or find friends, or made unsolicited suggestions of ways that I could get out and meet more people. Put myself out there. They're convinced there's something wrong with me. I saw an internet meme about introverts that made me smile the other day, though. It was along the lines of someone saying, "I hate it when people always ask me, 'Why are you being so quiet? Speak up more.' How would they like it if I asked them why they talk so much? Be quiet, stop talking." Now, conventional social etiquette would say that I'm the rude one, but I think they're both rude. Just because introversion isn't as widespread among the general population as being anything else doesn't mean that we're broken or defective. We're just overstimulated by too much social interaction. The next thing that bothers me is a phone call. Any phone call. A text will do. An email. No, I don't want to FaceTime. I don't want to Skype. I don't want to call. I don't want to meet up. None of the above. And I do not, under any circumstances, want you to call me on the phone just to chat. Unplanned social time really eats into my social battery, and I might already have allocated my battery life for the day. The third thing that bothers me, it's a 3. The third thing that bothers me as an introvert is someone making mandatory plans for me without telling me ahead of time. I like to plan things. Everything in my life almost is already planned by me. If you want to do something or go somewhere with me, let me know about it ahead of time and I'll plan it. It'll be great. You'll love it. I'll love it. Surprising me with plans that include me, require me, make me look like a bad friend or bad family member if I don't attend is beyond stressful for me. This is like pressuring me to go out. If I'm in for the night, I'm in. I will not change my mind. Insisting that I'll have a great time, don't be a party pooper, is only going to stress me out even more. And I guarantee you, I will not, in fact, have a great time. I will not even have a good time. I'll be a resentful, miserable stick in the mud, and I will leave early. People need to learn to ask an introvert politely and then accept the answer, even if it's an answer that they don't want to hear. Don't get offended. Don't try to change their mind. An introvert knows exactly how much social energy they have left. And if they can't fit in your activity, just accept it. I am extremely lucky to have friends and family. I mean, I'm 59, I'm almost 60, so I've had these friends for a very long time, and I've had my family forever, but they accept this about me. They know that I'm not trying to ruin their plans, to ruin their party, to ruin their evening. It's just that I can't do it. They know if I say no, then it's no. I'm not trying to hurt them or upset them, and they're good with that. And they still invite me the next time. The next thing that bothers me about being an introvert is that people tend to assume that you are rude or standoffish or arrogant. Us poor introverts have been saddled with all of these negative stereotypes by non-introverts. Aloof, stuck up, arrogant, boring, antisocial. Aloof to me means that I'm nervous and anxious. I'm at the end of my social battery. I don't want to be there. If I get called stuck up, it means that I'm only comfortable socializing with a small group of my already known friends instead of with the general population of the party. If I get called arrogant, it usually means that I have given your question a lot of thought. And here's my clear and concise answer. Yes, I'm almost always right. But it's because I've given it thought. Introverts think a lot. They put a lot of thought into whatever they're going to say next. They don't just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. If an introvert is boring, it usually means that they don't like to engage in chit-chat and small talk. Small talk and chit-chat just eats away at an introvert's social battery, and they gain nothing. It's meaningless to them. If we're antisocial, it usually means that we don't like to go out with large groups of people for the sole purpose of socializing. Let's grab a coffee sometime. No. Let's do lunch. Also no. Come on over, we'll sit out back and have a chat. Oh my God, no. No. Sorry. Introverts have a finite amount of bandwidth for social interactions. They've learned how to watch that meter internally very, very closely, and they know how to manage it. Activities that eat up their social capital for nothing are going to be declined or shortened to the very, very barest of minimums. Now, I'm definitely a social introvert. I do enjoy going out with friends. I enjoy spending time with family. I will chit-chat. I don't have a problem with that. But all of that drains me, and I've got to save up all of my social capital in order to do the stuff that I like. Chit-chatting with random strangers and acquaintances just uses up all the social capital that I have been saving up for hanging with friends and family. The fifth thing that is a huge faux pas for non-introverts to foist upon their introverted friends is to interrupt their quiet time. Nothing is more precious to an introvert than frequent and lengthy periods of alone quiet time. I know that you non-introverts don't really believe that we love our alone time, but we not only love it, we need it. Introverts need to be alone and quiet to recharge. For some introverts, there's never enough quiet alone time. They are always at half power. Other introverts can recharge in a couple hours and be ready for more. But we all need the quiet and alone time. And nothing is more annoying than having someone interrupt planned quiet time. It doesn't matter if you're lighthearted, well-intentioned, or even useful with your interruption. You'll still be putting a very jarring stop to our well-earned and needed quiet time. If you simply must interrupt my quiet time, then make a point of getting immediately to the point. No chit-chat, no beating around the bush, no stories. Just ask or tell your very necessary thing, accept the very brief answer you're going to get from me, and then go. And my last pet peeve, something extroverts or just other people who are not introverts do that really bothers me, is when someone feels the need to fill silence with chatter. I don't know what it is about some people, but they simply cannot exist in a silent world, even for a minute. They have to have the radio or music or television while they work, while they study, while they do house chores. They also chatter to complete strangers on trains and planes and automobiles instead of sitting quietly and minding their own business. I like to talk, but I don't like to chit-chat. I like to talk about meaningful things. I like to have a conversation. And I am perfectly happy to sit or stand in complete silence. Doesn't bother me. I actually prefer it. If you're someone who feels the need to draw out the shy person standing close to you with a barrage of meaningless chatter because they're obviously pining for someone to talk to but too shy to do anything about it, please don't. As you might expect, introverts are very happy with quiet, with silence, with solitude. Will recharge on the spot. You standing or sitting there trying to fill the void with meaningless chit-chat is incredibly annoying. For me, these are the top pet peeves that I have in being an introvert. Again, I'm a social introvert, so I am easier going about some of these things. But I'm sure if you've been watching my content, are a regular visitor to the channel, then you are also somewhat of an introvert. And you've probably got some comments or some ideas on what some of your pet peeves are as an introverted person. Let me know. I would love to read them. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys next week.